Hi, I'm Andrew Yule. I am an employment lawyer at Withers. I've been doing employment law for around 10 years, acting both for individuals, claimants, and for employers, respondents, and spending a lot of time dealing with employment tribunal litigation. The purpose of this session is to hopefully give you a taster for how the employment tribunal works and what you can expect as an employer when you're met with an employment tribunal claim from one of your individual employees. The employment tribunal is a relatively informal forum, so it's not like your classic high court with wigs and gowns. It's fairly low-key and it's designed as something that is accessible to the layperson. So it's designed with a view to facilitating the resolution of disputes between individuals and employers where they're not legally represented. So it is a fairly user-friendly process, but that's not to say that it's not quite daunting when you're either faced with having to bring a claim as an individual or when you receive a claim in the post from one of your employees, and the process can get quite involved and quite complex. So hopefully this will act as a briefing session for the key elements that you need to bear in mind and the process that you can expect to have to follow. So kind of like a roadmap. The first thing to say is that obviously you prefer never to be met with an employment tribunal claim, and so the tribunal, like any other court or dispute resolution forum, will expect you to have made some efforts to resolve disputes before resorting to litigation, and that goes both for the claimant and for the respondent. So it is worth bearing in mind that there are things in place to try to assist employers with resolving disputes before they get to the tribunal. The most obvious example is what's known as the ACAS Code of Practice. So ACAS is an independent organisation that is set up and exists purely to try to assist in resolving workplace disputes. And if you are an employer met with or faced with a potential claim or a dispute or a concern raised by an individual, it's always worth making sure that you look at the ACAS Code of Practice on how to resolve grievances raised by individuals, and the same goes for any disciplinary process that you might be involved with in relation to an individual, to ensure that you go through the correct process in trying to sort things out without having to resort to tribunal litigation. But occasionally, obviously, there will be cases that can't be resolved and that therefore end up in the employment tribunal.